What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you how strong the momentum is, how strong the momentum for the non-litigation path to the resolution that was built by MMTLP community members. On top of that, guys, I will show you the role of university lands and some shady actions from this company in regards to the Orogrande leases cancellation. On top of that, guys, I will show you the role of Wes Christian, his most recent role in our case. On top of that, guys, I will show you some actions from authorities that from their point of view might be also the so-called solution for MMTLP community. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. And let's begin today's video with this article that was published on MMTLP Resources, and let me show you how strong the momentum is, how strong the momentum of the efforts of MMTLP community. So, is the tide turning for MMTLP investors? Since Trump's inauguration last month, there has been a surge in online discussions and renewed optimism for an MMTLP resolution. Regardless of politics, it's clear that the Trump administration is taking swift action to investigate fraud, address government inefficiencies, and implement cost-cutting measures. Elon Musk now leads the Department of Government Efficiency and has been conducting audits of various government agencies and programs. A new account was recently created that references the Securities and Exchange Commission. And here is the official SEC Twitter account. And as you can see, on February 17th, it says, Dodge is seeking help from the public. Please DM this account with insights of finding and fixing waste, fraud, and abuse relating to the Securities and Exchange Commission. As anticipated, the MMTLP community quickly responded, sending hundreds of tweets and direct messages to Dodge, urging an investigation into the MMTLP fraud. Additionally, several influential figures have also called on Dodge to examine the MMTLP situation. Some of these names are familiar to shareholders, as letters were written in the past requesting investigations. And guys, here is the link to the letter that was written by Ali Crane. Let me quote you this tweet that was written again on February 17th. Just in, Representative Ali Crane calls for Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency look into the MMTLP issue. On top of that, guys, here is Senator Chris Rose, who also made the same statement. On top of that, New Mexico State Senator calls for Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency Dodge to look into MMTLP as well. And here you can see the tweet of State Senator Jay Block. We also have another Senator John Block, and unfortunately I don't see this tweet in this article, but 2 videos ago I covered this in my video. So, let me quote you further. US Senate candidate Thomas Murphy tweeted a great summary of the MMTLP fiasco after having viewed crucial mixed share count showdown video on repeat. And here's again the tweet that I covered back in the days. On top of that, guys, here is the summary from Crucial Mix himself that he published on July 15th of last year. On top of that, guys, we have a lot of mentions of MMTLP Saga in the social medias, and that is because of these actions. As you can see, on February the 9th, on February 19th, we have MMTLP hashtag that was trending on X. And on top of that, guys, you can see that it was a trending topic in business and finance niche. And as you can see, it was more than 28,000 posts. And definitely, we have a lot of members of MMTLP community. Here is the map of the visitors of MMTLP Resources website. And as you can see, we have a lot of visitors from all across the world. So, And definitely this entire article shows how strong the momentum is. On top of that, guys, let me quote you further. With the new administration taking swift action and actively working with the SEC to audit fraud and misconduct, there is a renewed hope that the MMTLP issue will finally be addressed. Plus, Greg McCabe of NextBridge has released 2 press releases this week, and despite what seems like SEC obstruction to their business, they are clearly committed to getting the bottom of our situation. And guys, I have to admit that we still have a lot of questions, we still have a lot of unanswered questions, and these answers should be made by some community members, by some authorities, by some C-level executives of TRCH, MMTLP and NextBridge hydrocarbons. And let me show you what I'm talking about. First of all, I want to pay attention to a quite interesting tweet that was written by Marituri Salutant. And he said, University Lands is now using the SEC case against John Burda and George Palikoros and investor lawsuits like Torchlight versus NextBridge as a convenient excuse to block public access to key documents on the Orogrande lease. This is the first time they've invoked the litigation exception to withhold information. How convenient that they can now rely on the SEC's case to shield themselves from scrutiny. And guys, this is quite interesting step from the University Lands. Definitely it shows that University Lands is also not, let's say, not the 100% clear company. And we know that on the one hand, yes, Greg McCabe didn't pay royalties for these leases. But at the same time, guys, all the negotiations that were behind the scenes are still uncovered. And that is why, guys, we can only guess what were the real reasons from both sides of this conflict that led us to these results. So, let me quote you further. If UL had nothing to hide, why suddenly use outside lawsuits as a cover? What are they keeping from the public? This is highly questionable because the SEC case has nothing to do with the University Lands lease decision. UL had never previously used litigation as a reason to block access until now. By citing the SEC case, they gain the convenient excuse to avoid public scrutiny. Funny how UL suddenly has the perfect cover now that the SEC is in play, almost like they are working together. And yes, guys, this is quite weird coincidence, if it is a coincidence, but definitely it is another part of it is another question, huge question mark for the MMTLP community. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Due Diligence wrote this post in response to David KDNM tweet. And David wrote, MMTLP, do you think McCabe will go after SEC for running the company in circles with this S1? I think it's very likely he will. And Due Diligence wrote this. Interesting theory. Look at the West Christian PR. It specifically says they are going after people for torturous interference. I'd be surprised if NBH hired a big gun like Wes just to go after social media peasants. Now read the PR regarding SEC. Smells like torturous interference. And on top of that, guys, take a look at some replies to this tweet. J.R. Ewing wrote this. Torturous interference is a civil claim that can't be filed against the government or an agency, the Persky immunity doctrine, but they can file a claim against the SEC under the APA for a multitude of reasons, hence why it's referenced. And Due Diligence wrote, I thought it was a FINA that has immunity, and he refers to the answer that was made by artificial intelligence, and J.R. Ewing wrote to this. Okay, so Grok says otherwise, but it is a total long shot for sure. Again, why he called out the APA? And Due Diligence responded, I agree. The crux of what I'm saying is I don't think the company hired Wes just to go after peasants' social media posters. I think something bigger is coming. And guys, I think this is quite interesting statement. On the one hand, yes, Wes Christian is extremely, let's say, well-known person in the field of naked shorting. And definitely, his remuneration is quite high, especially if you take a look at the balance sheet of Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. At the same time, it is not the wise decision to hire Wes Christian only to fight against just random people on X for their posts. I think yes, in this case I agree with due diligence that potentially something bigger is hiding behind the scenes. And let me show you a quite opposite opinion for the same question from Trader Zero. Trader Zero wrote this: missing the point entirely, there will be no going after anyone. Wes is staying home. McCabe's latest grift is cancelled. The presser that dropped Friday is serious crap and is legit accounting practice. McCabe has to prove the Orogrande was worth $72 million all the way back to before the merger, and that's a massive problem. The SEC wants records and information on the $20,000 per month due boss, and the rest were getting under the table over a year before the spin-off. They have the goods on McCabe, and this is just the beginning. I've been researching this for over 2 months and have compiled receipts. I'll share now. MMAT set aside the TRCH assets for sale. Burda convinced the MMAT board not to sell the assets and instead commit to the spin-off and focus on drilling to satisfy the UL lease requirements in January 2021, undisclosed, then buried in filings in July. Meanwhile, retail investors, OG TRCH backholders, thought they were waiting for an oil asset payout and maybe a $20 dividend. In reality, the assets were already positioned to be written off, ensuring no shareholder dividends would ever be paid. Burda convinced retail they didn't want the A-series share to trade, knowing he created them to be unrestricted with AQSIP, begging for a broker to offer liquidity to insiders who wanted to sell out and to bring in new retail buyers and shorts they wanted to trap in the spin-off, pumping a fake squeeze to keep retail holding. All that and more went on while McCabe quietly maneuvered to take control of the Orogrande and the rest for free, so he could sell it again to himself and the bank. There is extensive evidence of financial engineering, insider transactions, and misleading disclosures surrounding the TRCH and MMAT merger and NBH spin-off. I am going to present SEC filings that connect the dots, and none of what I will post is my opinion. There is no room for interpretation. If anything could be misrepresented, I took it out. If a piece is valid but lacks detail, it's noted. Links and screenshots will be included. This isn't a theory, it's another issuer scam that has a paper trail that could be used in court to prove McCabe orchestrated a $150 million heist and asset grab. I have a few more things to look into, then I will be posting in X articles due to the content. TZ. So guys, quite interesting and very brave statement, I would say. That is why we have to patiently wait for this investigation as well, because you have to understand both sides of the conflict. On the one hand, we have a lot of people who stuck, who basically were trapped in this situation with their money, and their money are frozen right now. Your money is frozen right now, and that is why, guys, a lot of people think that it was some kind of illegal actions from authorities, and I don't want to tell that there wasn't illegal actions from authorities. We have a lot of evidence of this crap as well. But guys, believe me, we have to see the total justice for this case. And in this case, guys, I think a lot of people who worked for MMTLP, MMAT and TRCH as a C-level executives might be also involved in these shady actions. And that is why, guys, in my opinion, we don't have all the answers from neither from authorities nor from the C-level executives of these companies as well. And that is why, guys, we deserve these answers. That is why, guys, we are here, and that is why I'm trying to help you to see the resolution. So, and let me show you another quite interesting tweet that was published by Junk Savvy. She wrote, what if SEC requests issuer falsify and bury data setting up a Sarbanes-Oxley Act violation? That really isn't what the MMTLP army does. We don't use our shovels to bury evidence, we use them to expose. And she refers to the tweet that was written by Gandalf just a couple of days ago, and Gandalf wrote, SEC to McCabe, kindly remove all data regarding MMTLP, Sarbanes-Oxley Act, responsibility for the accuracy and completeness of corporate financial reports. Yet the SEC wants to remove all traces of MMTLP. You can't make this crap up. And guys, again, I think this is another part, this is another shady part of the actions. And to be honest, I have to admit that we don't have any clear solution in this case. That is why, guys, as I already mentioned, we have to make a complex investigation, and this investigation, I think, will expose a lot of people from different sides, from different points of view. And definitely, it might be a huge surprise for MMTLP shareholders. But at the same time, guys, ask yourself honestly, do you care about the people or entities who were the wrongdoers back in the days and who is still hiding this information? I think the answer is obvious. If you don't care about them, why in the world you are trying to pursue just one path for the resolution? And why you are trying to, let's say, prevent some people to answer to sensitive questions? In my opinion, it doesn't make sense. That is why, guys, please be laser focused and do whatever you can in order to push this case forward.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad.